I'm Dolo, and I'm good with that.
Don't fuck with me. I'm
backed by God, so I don't even know how to have the fear you need me to have.
Boy, if you weak ass niggas even thought of doing something to me, I light y'all bitch ass up.
I don't fuck with nobody. So when you fuck with me, I'm fuck with you.
You want to be somewhere where people are all trying to grow. And if you going behind, guess what they gonna do? Tell you, hey, bro, you can get right or get the hell on. You see what I'm saying? And them the type of people you need to be around because that holds you to a standard.
If you can't receive someone telling you something, and even if you don't like who's saying it, if you're focused on what they're who's saying it than what they're saying, you're not emotionally intelligent.
That's a fact.
You're emotional.
God put me through a lot of trials and tribulations so that I wouldn't get complacent, so that I could remember who the fuck I am.
Obsessed with finding myself now, not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself. I believe in wins and lessons. Ain't no such thing as a loss. Everything is a lesson.
You can't let nothing break you. I don't care what the situation is, my nigga. Don't let that shit break you, because it's always a
Stay
way.
you. Be you, be different. Don't try to follow no ways. What work for somebody else ain't gonna work for you.
Oh, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to scrub and better myself. Or I'm just trying to be a better person. Yeah.
Giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that. So for anybody out there, you know, you're enough.
If one door closed, another one don't open.
I'm someone you really shouldn't put your hands on. So just make sure that this what you want, because I'm not gonna stop it.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the part of the cantaloupe and cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet?
We had a saying.
Yo, it's your boy like Buddha Mike back at it again with another TikTok live reaction. How does it do, family? Felicia in the building. Yo, what up? Yo, I see you solo. DJ in the building. See family, everybody here. Let's wait for a couple more people to get in. We're gonna keep it going though. You know how it is.
Everyone you can trust. You okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my back like a Mustang. T.L.R. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it around. See ya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. We're going to jump right in. All right, y'all.
Now, here's what I found out in 1996. A group of geneticists wrote this book.
When you say
Geneticists.
can you identify where they're from and the group, how it came about?
Yeah,
For them to
okay.
do the study?
All right, sure. Yes, indeed. An organization is called the American Association for the Advancement of Science. The American Association for the Advancement of Science. Now, this organization is composed of people who study about DNA and the genome. And you've been reading about the DNA and the genomes. Well, this group of scientists came upon an idea by accident at first that different groups of people had different numbers of DNA series.
Explain that.
Now, a DNA series means that when your DNA is located, and say they get a hair from your head and they subject it to certain tests, they say, well, this is the DNA of Minister Brown, and yours is different from everybody else in the world, all right? Then they found further that not only are their DNA series different, but the number of DNAs in there are different in different groups. Whites have a different number of DNA, and blacks have a different number of DNA series. Apes have a different number of DNA series. Then they found this amazing thing, that the greater the number of DNA series, the smarter the person, the group is, the greater the probability of genius within that group. So they tested the orangutans, these 15 geneticists from around the world. Now, these geneticists came from 9 different universities. And we have here on the cover of the pamphlet they put out the names of these geneticists. And you can see them right there, right beneath the title of this pamphlet. Now, this pamphlet, most people have no idea what it means. But breaking it down, and after you study it and have it explained to you by a geneticist, a trained geneticist, you will find that they're talking about DNA series. Now, here are the names of these 15 geneticists from around the world: University of Japan, University of China. Yale University is the headquarters of this organization called the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And you see it down there. Now, this was copyrighted in 1996. All right. What it said is this, and this is the mind-blowing part. It said that when they tested the orangutan, they found out he only had 3 DNA series. When they tested the gorilla, they found that the gorilla has 4 DNA series. He's a little smarter than the orangutan. They tested the chimpanzee, which is an ape, and found that he had 5 DNA series. Then they went all into the different races of the world. They went into Europe and tested the DNA series of the English, the French, the German, the Spanish, the Russians, and found they had 6 DNA series. Then they put all of this, what they found from around the world, on a map. And this map really is called the intelligence map of the world, because they tested 116 different human groups and found their DNA series numbers. All of them, all over the world, have 6. And they put the numbers in form of a little flag that you can see on this map. These little flags have a color. And they show, oh, this is upside down. I'm sorry. Yeah. And they show that the English have only 6, and all into Europe, only 6. Went over into Japan and China, and they only have 6. Over into America, which is predominantly European, and they only have 6. Then they came to Africa, and they came to the part of Africa. Now, all the rest of them, they put in little flag colors. Those flag colors are orange, red, if you notice. But when you come to Africa, found out that the African people have 9 DNA series from here just below the Shanghai Empire down to the foot of Africa. All those 10 nations, of which African Americans descended from one of them. We have 9 DNA series, the greatest possibility of genius in our group. Now it's answered this age-old question. How can a people survive being told they're nothing for 400 years, never allowed to learn that they came from beautiful cities and told they came from a jungle? How could a people survive? How can a people become champions in everything they touch? Because they have 9 DNA series, while the rest of the world has only 6.
See, I hope y'all was following along, man, because it's good to know about that. Because the darkest people over there in Africa, you know what I'm saying?
There were 15 major theological religious movements in the world before Christianity that taught exactly the same identical story of a Messiah who came to the earth, who was born in a manger, who died on a cross, who had 12 apostles, who died with a crown of thorns. Are you aware that there were 15 major religions that had the same identical teachings of Christianity? Most people aren't. And I'm very suspect of a 16th religion, which is copied off of 15 previous religions, and I am told that this one is the truth. I become very suspect. God's son, S-U-N, the Egyptians said had an evil brother. He was the prince of darkness, and he came out at night to rule the world. When God's son died and went away, the world was in the hands of the prince of darkness, and his name was Set, and he came out at sunset. The Egyptians said that that newborn son that came up every morning, his name was Horus. In Easter, we have Easter sunrise services, Horus rising. That's where we get the word horizon. I'm saying that there are 15 major religions in the world before Christianity that have taught the same thing. It is a very ancient, old story. That's why the Bible's called the greatest story ever told.
This is the cross of the zodiac, one of the oldest conceptual images in human history. It reflects the sun as it figuratively passes through the 12 major constellations over the course of a year. It also reflects the 12 months of the year, the 4 seasons, and the solstices and equinoxes. The term zodiac relates to the fact that constellations were anthropomorphized or personified as figures or animals. In other words, the early civilizations did not just follow the sun and stars, they personified them with elaborate myths involving their movements and relationships. The sun, with its life-giving and saving qualities, was personified as a representative of the unseen creator or God, God's Son, the light of the world, the savior of humankind. Likewise, the 12 constellations represented places of travel for God's Son, and were identified by names, usually representing elements of nature that happened during that period of time. For example, Aquarius, the water bearer, who brings the spring rains. The star in the east is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, on December 24th, aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion's belt. These 3 bright stars in Orion's belt are called today what they were called in ancient times, the 3 kings. And the 3 kings and the brightest star, Sirius, all point to the place of the sunrise on December 25th. This is why the 3 kings follow the star in the east, in order to locate the sunrise, the birth of the sun. The Virgin Mary is the constellation Virgo, also known as Virgo the Virgin. Virgo in Latin means virgin. The ancient glyph for Virgo is the altered M. This is why Mary, along with other virgin mothers, such as Adonis's mother Myra, or Buddha's mother Maya, begin with an M. From the summer solstice to the winter solstice, the days become shorter and colder. And from the perspective of the northern hemisphere, the sun appears to move south and get smaller and more scarce. The shortening of the days and the expiration of the crops when approaching the winter solstice symbolize the process of death to the ancients. It was the death of the sun. And by December 22nd, the sun's demise was fully realized. For the sun, having moved south continually for 6 months, makes it to its lowest point in the sky. Here a curious thing occurs. The sun stops moving south, at least perceivably, for 3 days. And during this 3-day pause, the sun resides in the vicinity of the Southern Cross, or Crux, constellation. And after this time, on December 25th, the sun moves 1 degree, this time north, foreshadowing longer days, warmth, and spring. And thus it was said, the sun died on the cross, was dead for 3 days, only to be resurrected or born again. This is why Jesus and numerous other sun gods share the crucifixion, 3-day death, and resurrection concept. It is the sun's transition period before it shifts its direction back into the northern hemisphere, bringing spring and thus salvation. However, they did not celebrate the resurrection of the sun until the spring equinox, or Easter. This is because at the spring equinox, the sun officially overpowers the evil darkness, as daytime thereafter becomes longer in duration than the night, and the revitalizing conditions of spring emerge.
Christianity is basically astrology and sun worship. What's interesting about this is that the sun goes all the way down south until it hits what is called the winter solstice. And that's on December 22nd, the sun hits the lowest point on the sky in the south on December 22nd. It's called the winter solstice, the beginning of winter. And for 3 days, the United States Navy will show and explain it to you that the sun comes up for 3 days, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, on the same degree. It doesn't go any further south, and it doesn't come back north. So the ancient people said that the sun was alive. He was the lion of the tribe of Judah, Leo. He got the kiss of death from Scorpio, and now he is 3 days, he's not moving at all. So therefore he's in his tomb for 3 days. Then on the 25th of December, the sun moves 1 degree northward. Therefore, it came back to life. So now we celebrate God's Son being born again. He's born again. When? On December 25th. So we celebrate Christmas on Christ's Mass. But as the sun moves back toward the northern hemisphere, it crosses over the equator at spring. Because he was dead in winter, now he's springing back to life.
We said if we can learn our past again, like reading the sky, I mean, we are kind of getting our knowledge to us back. So yeah, you got a point there. The thing is, like, people gotta be open for it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta openly accept that shit from the Akashic records. Do your sun gazing when it's morning. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes, just stare at it. You know, get it.
I first came to Arizona, man, and I remember one day coming from the studio at 6 o'clock in the morning and pulling over on the highway. We like 4 cars, just to watch the sunrise. And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country, because I've never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country, and it's not so much who, it's what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. And it's through all these hardships that I realized that, you know what? This is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would place in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because he helped me get over these obstacles. He helped me get over these hurdles.
Okay, but when you're done here, when you're out of here,
I'm not looking back.
You're not coming back?
No, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back for a show. I'm not coming back for a visit. I'm not even driving through the states. If I'm in a plane and they're going to fly over it, I'm going to go around.
So was this a metaphorical encounter with the devil, or was it an actual confrontation? Well, consider who DMX always spoke out against. Powerful music executives and artists who sell their souls to them. So was Arizona the place where someone linked to these power players approached him, maybe with a deal, a warning, or even a threat? Now, Arizona itself has a very strange energy. Wide open spaces, isolation, secrecy, and right across the border is Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. That rabbit hole deserves a whole video on its own, but let's just say the stories about that place read like horror films. So what if DMX encountered people tied to underground networks? Arizona hosts ultra-private celebrity rehab centers, facilities that claim to heal but sometimes isolate, medicate, or even attempt psychological control. And we know DMX cycled through rehab in the Southwest multiple times. So was it just treatment, or attempts to break his will so he'd stop speaking out? After what happened in Arizona and what DMX called an encounter with the devil, he decided he would never go back, which means whatever he experienced there clearly affected him deeply. And remember that the people X criticized were extremely powerful. They're the gatekeepers of the system and the ones pulling the strings behind the scenes, like Jay-Z. Jay-Z became president of Def Jam in 2004, while DMX had 5 straight #1 albums. But once Jay took the top spot, DMX said his 6th album, Year of the Dog, again, was blocked. Why? Well, Jay allegedly wanted to clear out all his competition. That was the moment DMX realized Jay-Z would do whatever it took to get ahead, even if it meant stepping over people. And that's when X decided to walk away from Def Jam. But there's more to why DMX didn't trust Jay, and much of it had to do with the people Jay was connected to behind the scenes. While both X and Jay made a huge impact on music and culture, they ran the game in completely different ways. DMX consistently called out record labels for controlling artists and making shady, indecent proposals.
Now, you got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of sucking, riding, bending over the desk, straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it. Bring it. I don't give a bring it. Bring it. They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play this shit.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executive. It's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money.
And while DMX refused to play the shady side of the industry, Jay aligned himself with the gatekeepers from the very beginning. They gave him a seat at the table. There's been a lot of speculation that he prioritized maintaining his power over everything else, even the people he once called his brothers. And here's another major difference between DMX and Jay. Was he warning us? Did his 3 run-ins with the devil involve specific people in the industry? Networks like those Jay-Z is allegedly tied to in the Epstein files? We may never know the full truth, but one thing is clear. DMX saw the darkness before most of us did. He tried to warn the world, and now his words resonate more than ever. But let me hear your thoughts on all this.
Shit, we knew what it was when we see what happened to Left Eye. Shit, we knew what it was when we see what happened to Aaliyah. Shit. Like, this dude, he's diabolical. I kind of think he a time traveler and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or a vampire. However you want to call it, you know what I mean? I think he a vampire. Let's go with that, alright? That's like the best case scenario right now. Shit.
I think that what is probably the craziest thing that's going to get released is that they were making human-animal hybrids. Yeah, like cat girls, right? Human clone kind of slaves in a way.
Oh yeah, that's what that Kanye West, T.R. Taylor, or whatever the fuck that shit was. Can't remember what the song called, but I had watched it not too long ago, just because I wanted to see what. And then I seen the video. The video is trippy because it talks about all that shit. And at the end, they're all in a cage. She got a cat face, hugged up with her husband and shit. It's weird. Yo, what up, King? Let's see. Yo, back at the casa. Oh, you on the way to the casa? Yeah. All right. See ya. All right, let's keep moving then, man. Hey, I got a couple of your videos too.
I see. That's
Yeah. They're all the way on the bottom. Let's see where it's at.
Holy shit, somebody finally found the confiscated video that the FBI took on the day of 9/11, where it was proving it wasn't a plane, it was a Scud missile. There was talk amongst the community, because I've been awake for 20 years since this happened, that there was a Scud missile. The witnesses were silenced. The person who had this tape that turned it over to the FBI concealed this information, and as you can see, that is not a plane. That is a Scud missile, as originally thought. Fucking deep state cabal, you sons of bitches. Those who knew, we already knew you did shit. But this was the last piece of the puzzle for the evidence. With that whole entire crap with the 9/11 report that said it disintegrated. That is a Scud missile. Swedish satellite saw that there was a marking target, and that was completely put aside, and you all bought the lie. Heavenly Father, let truth prevail.
Let there be light. You know what I mean? Hey, it's hard as hell to find some of your videos. You gotta figure out which ones they are. Maybe try. Yeah. They pointing at your house, trying to cook your ass with the microwave oven. Huh?
Yeah, I'm about to get off the bus right now.
Oh, nice. All right, I gotta figure out if I can find the next one. I think I got two of them. So bear with me, man.
People are saying this is a real life angel. Watch this.
What wish to say? What's your story? I'm not from here. You're not from here? You're from up there? Yes. Really? None of us are from here. Strangers in a strange land looking for that city not built by the hands of man but by the hands of God. Mankind's hungry and lost. He's paid too high a cost. Humanity. But Yeshua HaMashiach, between two thieves, Jesus on the tree, dying for all humanity. If any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things become new. They that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Yeshua HaMashiach, Yadonai, Yahweh. Breathe in. And let me hear it. Yahweh. You say, Yahweh, your way, not our way. Your way, Yahweh.
So let's be honest, and with keeping Hebrews 13:2 in mind, let me know in the comments if this is a real angel or if it's fake or if we got the wrong expectations about what an angel would look like. And also, let me know if you've met a real life angel.
Third grade, and I wonder if it's true. Yeah, you can't believe too much in the news, man. Can't believe too much from the news. But man, shit crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep our head on straight swivel. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy
Right.
Jet Ski Chuck be saying. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Fire Marshal Bill face ass boy. But yeah, let's keep it moving.
Most people think spirituality is all about love and light, but they forget one simple truth. You cannot find the light without walking through the darkness. True awakening is not just seeing beyond the illusions of the world, it's facing the shadows within yourself.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. You think you seen the light? Shit. You
feel like
got
somebody. Hold on, bro. I gotta turn around real quick. I'm hearing somebody's footsteps.
you got echo, man. Put your hood down. What the fuck you got a hood on for anyways, man? Is it cold? Is it raining? Try to protect your hair? Fucking long, luxurious hair face ass boy.
Nah,
Troy,
bro. I'm just cause I just got off the bus though, bro.
you Troy
Like niggas
Polamalu,
be.
man. Everybody, let your hair glow, man. Nobody gonna fuck with you, man.
Nah, it's
Show
cold
your
out here, bro. It's like 40 degrees out here, bro.
so your shit end up breaking off like Cool Runnings.
Nah, bro, cause I just got off the bus, bro. And like, bro, niggas be wilding out here, bro. Like doing some dumb shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, bro. There was a couple of juveniles, bro, that kicked a dude onto the train, bro, while I was moving, bro. Type of shit, bro.
Why'd they kick him?
The motherfucker was trying to rob his fucking Charlie car, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is y'all doing, bro? A Charlie car, bro? Like, y'all did all that shit for a Charlie fucking car, bro? Nigga
When
was
you
trying to
say
rob him for.
juveniles, be honest with yourself, nigga, like 15 to 13 or like 15
Yeah,
to
juveniles,
18.
bro. When I say juveniles, bro, I mean like 13, bro, 14, bro. That's what I mean, like juvenile, bro. It was a group of
Oh
juveniles
man,
that kicked a grown ass dude onto a moving fucking train yesterday, bro. At the train station.
oh,
I'm
they
like, yo,
pushed
these
his
niggas
ass and
wild.
took his little thing.
Nah, they ain't pushing, bro. They kicked his ass onto a moving train, bro. Like they gave him the Spartan kick, bro.
Oh yeah, Haru, what the fuck is
Yeah,
wrong with
they
people
gave
out
him the
there?
Spartan kick, bro. While the train was moving, bro, they kicked him onto the fucking train, bro. Type of shit. Like they were trying to get that motherfucker to get sucked into the fucking train so he can, so they
Yeah,
can fucking kill him, bro. Cause once the train is moving, bro, it's a wrap, bro. Like you're getting fucking, I don't know, bro. Like if you lucky and you don't get stuck between that shit, bro, and you don't get sucked in, then shit, you lucky, bro. But they gave that motherfucker a Spartan kick, bro, over a fucking Charlie car, bro. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is just like stupid, my nigga, for that shit, bro.
they must have been following this nigga for a minute then.
Yeah, no, they was following him. That's what one of the witnesses was saying, bro, type of shit. It was like, yeah, they was
You see
following
how
him.
Batman? I'm a detective for real, nigga. Don't even
Yeah,
have no clues. I go through it all by myself. Shit.
right. My nigga. I don't know who the
That
fuck
shit
this nigga
crazy
looking
though.
at, bro. Like, what's up, nigga? That nigga, I live here, nigga. Oh, shit.
Let me in the door some bit. So,
Niggas like be nosy, bro. Like, yeah,
I
let me
come to,
fucking shit, nigga.
man, I come to drop dick
I
off
hate when
at your
niggas
bitch's
gang
house.
shit, bro.
I
Like,
don't
who
know.
the fuck is you? This dude just ran into the crib, bro. You know where they fucking staring at me, nigga? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with your bitch ass? The nigga just ran
It's
into the
meth.
crib, bro.
It's meth out there, nigga. You better watch it.
I hope you know that your heart is enough.
Play.
You're smart enough and funny enough and interesting enough. Your smile is enough. Your light is enough. And the parts of you that you struggle with and try to hide, they're enough too. And if you just want to sit for hours and not say a single word, your presence is enough. You don't have to talk to fill the noise. You don't have to say anything at all. Just stay true to yourself.
Hurry up.
Yeah. Still looking for you. I think this might be it.
I don't know. I wish
Yes,
I knew
you
the answer.
do. How many children are missing? You
I
know.
wish I knew the answer to that. I would be happy to answer that.
You have no estimate as to how many children are missing?
I guess
Nothing?
we can end this right now. If you guys want. Sorry,
This is one of the biggest questions that the people of Lahaina have, but you don't want to answer.
It always takes one or two to ruin it for everybody.
This is the Hawaii shit, the Lahaina.
You ruined it for everyone.
All that shit.
You're the media. You can say whatever you want.
You're a disaster.
All right. Okay.
You've been the worst mayor we could possibly imagine.
You won't even wait.
Respect what? This is the most dismal response we've ever had.
You won't wait for your turn. You want to shout over these guys that are legitimate.
Why don't you give them the real answers then? Give them the real answers.
That's not his question.
Let him.
Yeah. You can go. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Buddy even looked like a reptilian, didn't he? That nigga straight fucking reptilian. We on the search for one of King's videos. I don't know, man.
I gotta do more content on my fucking TikTok, bro. Like, I gotta download mad videos. I got mad video on Instagram that I gotta download, and then I gotta fucking, and then I gotta do that shit on CapCut, bro. Like cut, edit, like.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of work, bro. That's a lot of work. A lot of work, bro. That I gotta do. Like download mad videos and cut and edit this shit. What am I doing here? I'm losing my mind.
So thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to leave a like, y'all. We're gonna keep it running with this one.
There's streamers that are spies, my nigga.
Bro, everyone just says
That's a spy, my
Aiden.
nigga.
Like how? I'll speak about any topic.
At least one.
Oh my god, like please tell me how, bro.
I'm not gonna say no names.
Like, bro,
There's at least one
what?
streamer that's a spy. Confirmed. It has to be. Now it's up to y'all to figure that shit out. But they gotta be at least one streamer that's a spy.
Aiden Ross, you that streamer, man. You got Tory Lanez locked up, some bitch. Talking about 20 bad bitches on an island and shit, that was fucked up. But shit happens, you know what I'm saying? Shit happens.
Oh, yeah, on the
Is it
island.
me?
That's crazy,
Or is TikTok
bro. That's
flooding
crazy.
y'all FYP trying to get you away from conscious information too? This has been crazy. Now, let's talk about it. For the last week or two, I've been noticing that my FYP has been so different. I have nothing that I usually have on it. The people that's usually on it, I don't know who's on it now. I have people on there that have like 5 followers. 5 followers? Man, I haven't seen that since I first signed up for the app. But it would also seem that my conscious community is disappearing on there. If I see anything else on there, for instance, I see a comedian that I like, and I understand how the algorithms work. If you like it, they'll show you a little bit more of it. Go and hit that like button now. They're going to show you a lot of bit more of it, to the point I'm like, why are y'all just flooding me with this? I just like that video. I don't want to see this one, that one, that one, that one. So I said, all right, let me try it again. So I hit the like button on something else. And everything that I liked before, that's not showing up no more. Now, my FYP is filled with the same mess that I just hit the like button for. I'm like, wow. They're really trying to, they're trying to control what it is that we see and how we receive our information.
They really is trying to control what we hear and see, though. They don't want us knowing half the shit. But that's what's funny, man, because we gonna see that shit anyways. We go on Telegram and look at all that and find a lot of more shit than what we can find on TikTok. It's just we can't play that shit on YouTube because of the guidelines and whatnot. So keep moving.
Yeah,
What up, Dennis?
Or at the very least, for all the men, get on your knees. At the very least, you know what you have to do. Don't be shocked. I told you.
Yo, what up, Dennis?
I thought
I said that.
Why do you think nobody came out against P. Diddy? We told you what happened. You heard some of the stories. We don't have to tell you again. That's it. This is not we're not children.
Up some dude and kicked him onto a moving fucking train over a fucking trolley car. Like, be careful because these fucking kids don't give a fuck, yo.
So more U.S. cities have issued lockdowns, and I want to address what cities these are and why we are experiencing lockdown right now. What's very interesting about this is not only what is going on, because that is first and foremost what I want to share with you, but the second thing, and probably the bigger story, is how fast this spreads. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So here's what we need to discuss. Look at this. It says northeastern towns issue voluntary lockdown to prevent spread of mosquito-borne disease. It says eastern equine encephalitis can be deadly, health officials warn, but cases are extremely rare. Now, this was from a couple days ago. However, the concern and the risks aren't changing. Okay, the concern is still the same. But I want to show you something. Okay, this is what I want to show you right here. It says 4 Massachusetts towns: Douglas, Oxford, Sutton.
I wonder what those things are being locked down for, man.
So more U.S. cities have issued lockdowns, and I want to address what cities these are and why.
And welcome to your daily dose of conspiracy. Today is February 16th, 2026. How does damn near the entire country underneath a dense fog advisory? Since when do they do that? The yellow is the dense fog. The dark red is the more dense fog. This is insane.
Say, yo, my nigga, do you know who's Zilla? I don't know, or Fatu, I don't know who that is.
So we're pretending the sun was always like this? Let's talk about it. The sun used to glow like it cared about us, warm, golden, slightly orange, like it had feelings. Now, it's giving hospital lighting, interrogation room. Please place your belongings in the tray. You're telling me that celestial furnace up there has always been this sterile LED white? No, it used to feel softer. It used to feel human adjacent. Now it feels like we're being monitored by a Costco spotlight. The gaslight. Oh, that's just atmospheric conditions. Oh, really? So the entire planet collectively remembers a warmer tone because we, color graded the sky in our brains? Since when did childhood sunlight look like a fluorescent office ceiling panel? We didn't grow up under an Apple Store demo sun. The timeline patch notes version 1995 to 2005. Sun, warm golden hue vibes, slightly nostalgic. Skin tone, alive. Current update, Sun HD Ultra White 4K, skin tone, paper receipt, and we're supposed to believe nothing changed? Most reality out here doing silent updates like minor lighting adjustments, improved brightness calibration, removed orange warmth for clarity, and then looking at us like, it's always been like this, sir. I remember squinting at a warm sun. Now I feel like I'm being scanned. It's not just the color, it's the energy. The world used to feel textured. Now it feels sharpened, overexposed, filtered, like somebody slid the contrast bar too far right and hit save.
And the wildest part, if you mention someone says, that's just your perception. Oh, so now perception is wrong too? Next, you'll tell me grass was never greener. We're not crazy. We just have memory. And reality acting like it didn't quietly change the lighting settings is hilarious. Nice try, simulation. We noticed the patch notes.
Yeah, man. Big patch notes. Downloads been coming in too. You know why? Tariff's been giving them out.
This is a message to every man and woman out there that's searching for clarity in this complicated world. Number one, let me see the world as it truly is, not only as I was told it must be. You see, we inherit tradition, stories, and timelines and explanations, but true maturity begins the moment we are willing to look for ourselves. Number two, let me follow evidence over assumption, observation over expectation. You see, our world is full of many voices telling us what to think, but our greatest strength that we could ever develop is our ability to examine things with our own eyes, our own logic, our own God-given courage. Number three, let me question every constant, every rule that was handed down, every truth that cannot stand up to scrutiny. This is not rebellion. This is responsibility. It is how science moves forward. It is how history is corrected. It is how we evolve as a species. Number four, let me choose clarity over comfort, precision over persuasion, understanding over tradition, even when that tradition is beloved. You see, this is the path of those who seek the truth, not to destroy anything, but to understand it honestly. Because there's no growth without questioning. There's no wisdom without evidence. There's no freedom without clarity. And finally, number five, may my mind remain open, my reasoning remain disciplined, and my pursuit of truth remain fearless, not for the sake of controversy, but for the sake of integrity. To every seeker out there that is potentially absorbing any of this, we don't have to inherit the world as it was given to us. We have the right and the responsibility to examine it for ourselves. You see, the truth does not fear being questioned. Only fragile ideas do.
That's why they try to silence your mind so you don't think for yourself. You gotta be a critical thinker in times like this too. They want somebody that's gonna be led by the population. You know what I'm saying? And they figure that if they put the population in the media, well, hell, they'll follow the media. That's what they love to believe. That's why the AI is up there. So they can show you all the fucking shit. But the shit that they show you, you see the little glitches and shit. Like, why the fuck dude got no hand? Where the fuck his hand disappeared to? Dude holding on to a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. But shit, let's keep it moving.
Good morning, everyone. This is a message to every man and woman out there that's searching for clarity in this complicated world. Number one, let me see the world as it truly is, not only as I was told it must be. You see, we inherit tradition, stories, and timelines and explanations. But true maturity begins the moment we are willing to look for ourselves. Number two, let me follow evidence over assumption, observation over expectation. You see, our world is full of many voices telling us what to think. But our greatest strength that we could ever develop is our ability to examine things with our own eyes, our own logic, our own God-given courage. Number three, let me question every constant, every rule that was handed down, every truth that cannot stand up to scrutiny. This is not rebellion. This is responsibility. It is how science moves forward. It is how history is corrected. It is how we evolve as a species. Number 4, let me choose clarity over comfort, precision over persuasion, understanding over tradition, even when that tradition is beloved. You see, this is the path of those who seek the truth, not to destroy anything, but to understand it honestly. Because there's no growth without questioning. There's no wisdom without evidence. There's no freedom without clarity. And finally, number 5, may my mind remain open, my reasoning remain disciplined, and my pursuit of truth remain fearless. Not for the sake of controversy, but for the sake of integrity. To every seeker out there that is potentially absorbing any of this, we don't have to inherit the world as it was given to us. We have the right and the responsibility to examine it for ourselves. You see, the truth does not fear being questioned. Only fragile ideas do. Stay in the truth and have a beautiful Sunday.
I blanked out for a second, did a little glitch, dude. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. Let's keep moving though. Yo, what the hell is that? Let me play it again. Hey, why did it look like some shit off of Harry Potter? Huh? Why did it look like that shit from the Deathly Hallows or where the fuck that shit was? This shit was crazy.
Death Valley has done the unthinkable. It's been wet. One of the driest places on Earth. A year's worth of rain has dropped in just a few months. And now the desert is delivering a full-blown bloom boom. Death Valley Park Ranger Matthew Lamar joined Fox Weather this morning to talk about the park's wild transformation.
The reputation of Death Valley is one of extremes. But if we get the right conditions, rains in the fall, winter, and spring, the desert can come alive. And that's what we're seeing this year is these beautiful wildflowers, particularly in the southern end of the park. And we expect that will continue over the next couple weeks, really through March and maybe even into April. So it's a great time to be out in Death Valley before the summer heat takes over.
It just sounds beautiful. How rare is a super bloom for the national park in Death Valley?
Pretty rare. We experience, above average wildflower blooms like this maybe once every 10 years. The last one was in 2016. Before that, it was, 2005. So about every 10 years. So this is a rare experience, and it's a great time to come out to the park and experience Death Valley in a new light.
Wow, that's incredible to think this happens once every 10 years. I lived in Northern California, and anytime there was a super bloom, this was just such an attraction for people to go and see it. So if people are watching and thinking, hey, I want to do this over the next few weeks or so, is there an area of the park that you think is better to go see the best images and get the best pictures of the super bloom?
Yeah, things change, week to week as we move throughout the next couple weeks. Different pockets will develop. Right now, we are seeing the best blooms in the southern end of the park. And we expect that, as we move over the next couple weeks, it will start moving north and then upward up the mountains. Typically, though, people are coming here to see those flowers in the lower elevations, which will be, throughout the rest of February and into March.
What do you think is the best part about this? What really excites you when you see the super bloom in effect?
I think people have such a reputation. The reputation of Death Valley precedes it, and people have this idea that it's this desolate place. And so to come to Death Valley when it is alive, I think it's a really special experience, and we're hoping that while they're here, they'll be able to see all the other things that make Death Valley so unique, the unique landscapes here, from salt flats to sand dunes to canyons to mountain views. We really have a little bit of everything. So we hope the flowers will bring people in, but they'll come away with a deeper appreciation for the park.
So a Death Valley is waking up. Zombies. I don't know. I'm just saying shit.
I'm gonna be real, guys. I actually don't have super high expectations for GTA 6 either. I'm kind of worried it's not going to be good. What they need to have, honestly, is they need to take every social issue and they need to put it in the game, right? Like have, like, trans stuff, have furry stuff, have, like gay stuff, have like people trying to get into elementary schools. Like you need to go, like they need to go all the way with it, right? Because like right now, you're right, a gay parade, everything like that. And you get to go and do whatever you want with that ice. Yeah, you can literally have a side quest, like a whole rep line, like a reputation quest line of like being an ice, right? Like that's what they need to do, is that if you really want to line it up and have a good game, that's what needs to happen.
Yep. I'm rocking with Aspen. What Aspen says, that's gold. You know what I'm saying? So we in GTA 6, we living it now. That's why they ain't put it out. We are in the simulation. See this thing though, Shoes. They technically have to run it to where we could operate certain characters. You feel me? Like Ready Player One type shit. You know what I mean? That would be like the premises in which I think they want. That's their end game. You know what I'm saying?
Pam Bondi set a trap for members of Congress. He purposely released the redacted files to the public, and then the unredacted files apparently were sitting on DOJ computers in order for members of Congress to search those files. Well, guess what? Apparently they were monitoring their search history. And lo and behold, once they went through that search history, pretty much members of Congress were snitching on themselves by virtue of what they were searching.
So before I once again explain something to you that I shouldn't have to, for years I've been having to explain very basic things to very stupid people on the internet. And I'm like so tired of it. It's like nobody knows how anything works at all. Who raised you people? So I'm going to explain this to you as simply as I possibly can so I don't have to do it 7 more times. The Department of Justice released 3 million files where they purposefully hid perpetrators' names. People who happen to be billionaires. I wonder what would motivate them to do that. Maybe some payola? By tracking what members of Congress were searching for in those computers, they were able to determine what members of Congress found that they were hiding and what they didn't find that they were hiding. That's while they were tracking members of Congress searches to see how good of a job they were doing at protecting the pedos. You moron. Yeah. Thanks.
I'm not thinking. Fuck you.
We are nature. You know, we didn't have no pollution on the planet. All of this, they polluted the planet. See what I'm saying? They polluted the planet. They landed on our planet, entered our realm through portals in the Caucasus Mountains. Them along with the Pleiadians. And they said they came in peace, and the rest is what they like to call their history. You see? We was a whole community of advanced, infinite intelligence, vibrating at a beautiful, radiant a luminous electrical point. You hear me? That's what we was right here doing. This beautiful infinite intelligence, man. That's what we was doing, man. Creative forces of infinite intelligence. Mystical beings. That's what we was right here doing. And then they showed up. And then it became history. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's a whole story, man. And I just be telling the story. They don't like me because I tell our story, man.
They don't want to tell our story. They don't want to tell the truth.
A satanic power had taken over our whole country, which had been able to occupy key positions in our intellectual and spiritual life and in our political and economic life. From these key positions, they were able to control and monitor the whole nation. This power has at the same time the ability to persecute legally those who fight against it and prevent others from creating a resistance to its advance.
If you know, you know that was the mustache. But he knew about them before we knew about them, so I don't know.
These are the true knights from our electrified hidden past, with armor acting like a Faraday cage, amplifying the electricity from the ether above. The true lightsabers. Just look at them replicating it in modern times. The true knights of Tartaria. Not the medieval rewrite that we're given now. A certain degree of sophistication and elegance in these beautiful sets of armor. Ones we would have a hard time replicating today. Certainly not something you're gonna bang pointy metal sticks against. Our history is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
See, that was one of the kings. Question everything, friends. Till next time.
Is there a sentence in the human language that can promptly explain what the fuck Michael Jordan was doing in that clip? Like, is there a grouping of words that is possible to verbalize that can make a motherfucker be like, oh, okay, I get what was happening now? Are there words? What the fuck is his PR team cooking up right now? What are they in the kitchen doing? Like right now, the kitchen gotta be on fire. Ain't no butter, ain't no oil, ain't no fire extinguisher can save you from this fuck up. Gordon Ramsay ain't got shit for you. Can't nobody cook this shit up and get it like to make sense. I have told myself multiple times, I have watched that clip a double-digit times. 9 out of 10 times that I watched that fucking clip, I've been telling myself he was wiping his hands on his shirt and trying to get his attention. 9 out of those 10 times, that shit made no sense to me. That shit made no sense to me. My brain cannot compute what the fuck I just saw. I'm looking for every possible de-escalation outlook to like make sense of this and be like, okay, yeah, MJ tripping. He had some motherfucking coke, some powder on his, but he had some YOLO on his fingers. What the fuck is that?
That dude was not shaking ice. He was grabbing ass and not thinking twice. The way he jingled it was like he was shaking dice. That kid didn't have no shirt full of ice. They was popping champagne on that little boy. Next thing you know, you'll find him on the back of a milk cart. Just saying, allegedly.
Whenever your heart chakra is activated, it starts to give you a whole nother pulsation, a vibration. So in so many words, the high blood pressure is coming from people that has activated their heart chakra, and the other levels are activated to a certain level. And as a result, your blood pressure has to rise. In order to get the hormones and all of the alchemical components to go throughout the whole body to make you into a superhuman. So the war is within the blood. You see what I'm saying? But what they're doing is trying to stop a war, a blood war of the coming and rising of the DNA in what they call the Horus, what did I say? It was the Horus species. So this Horus thing, remember they talk about species in the movie? The Heru shit that they was talking about, they talking about a Horus species. Is what they're talking about here. Now, the key here is it all starts with the baby. Once the baby appears, it's over. But the key here is, the good news is the baby is appearing in us.
What do you mean by that? What does he mean? I don't know, man. I do kind of like live as a kid, but the same sense is this is stuff that I could give to the kid. You know what I'm saying?
When you hear these stories about these big giant snakes, giant crocodiles, that's real. Where you think that's at though? Deep in the jungles and deep in nature. This planet is never ending. This land goes forever. It's so much land that they ain't never even showed you that you don't even know about because they only showing you 1 map, 2 maps, 3 maps. This shit is forever. And then we still have more land that we are cut off from that's behind the ice walls in Antarctica. You go in any jungle where they ain't touched yet. Watch how the animals respond to you. That's why they keep you out of them jungles. Tarzan. But why is it that human beings can't do that? Human beings go in the jungle and they be on their ass. They be trying to kill y'all. They be chasing y'all down. Y'all go in the ocean, they be on y'all ass. We don't go in the ocean because we've been taught not to go in the ocean. I'm just pointing out the differences. We don't go in the ocean because they put the fear in us not to go in the ocean. Think of Jaws did it for us. But if we go in the ocean, we'll experience a whole different aquatic connection that we are unaware of. And they know it. So what they do? Keep niggas out the ocean. Keep niggas out the ocean. Meanwhile, we never question why the fuck do human beings, y'all in here, y'all know, y'all be out there, nigga, y'all in the ocean.
I mean, they are in the ocean. You know, they got boat ships and all that shit. Also in sea world, play with the dolphins, all that shit. So we got blowholes. What are you talking about, DJ? Hmm? 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 Streamer makes history as first to live stream from A&R. Yeah, I seen that. That was the Ice Poseidon. Yep. I've seen all that.
We're told that in ancient Rome, it was one of the ultimate weapons of punishment. And when you read about it, it's just a bundle of sticks. Nothing could be further from the truth. The Fachet is an electromagnetic resonance device capable of vaporizing, electrifying, petrifying, levitate. It does all of these things, and yet we're told just a bundle of sticks. They put it on the government buildings. George Washington is holding it under his arm. You have Abraham Lincoln sitting with one on each arm. Is this a resonance device? Because they hide the truth in plain sight. This is about the Fachet, the weapon that petrifies the giants and ultimate punishment for anyone who is the enemy. We're going to learn about the microwave so you understand what the Fachet really is.
In a microwave oven, there is a vacuum chamber with magnets and electrodes called a magnetron. They cause the molecules to vibrate and rotate, cooking the food quickly.
Okay, I'm combining high-frequency pulse lasers with resonance tube ultrasonics. If you've ever seen ultrasonic waves break up a kidney stone on the Discovery Channel, it's the same deal here. You can put your helmets on now. Firing!
I'm officially impressed.
Just saying, man. Plasma torch is easy to make. You know what I mean? It's easy to make.
Clouds are not the cheeks of angels, you know. They're only clouds. Sometimes friendly, but we can never be too sure. If I had longer arms, I'd push the clouds away or make them hang above the water somewhere else. But I'm just a man who wants and needs mostly things he'll never have. Searching for that thing that's hardest to find, himself. I've gone a long way now. And along the way, I've learned a few things. You gotta make the good times yourself. Take the little times and make them big times. And save the times that are okay for the times when things aren't so good. I've never been able to push the clouds away by myself. Help me. Please. Make way for life.
You talking about Azazel, huh? Is that who you talking about, King? I still fucks with him on TikTok. Check it out.
Stephen Hawking's at the island. Like, what the fuck are you doing there, buddy?
Yeah. But maybe he was there against his will, right? Because he couldn't really stop them if they put him on a plane. We have to give him the benefit of the doubt. Everybody, that's how it works in America.
I mean, it's what it is, right?
You know what I find funny? When all these people, famous, not famous, they'll speak about everything, but against these weird elites that are doing that's already out there. It's like, damn, you guys can stand up for all this other shit, but those kids that don't have a voice, you guys don't want to stand up for that. To me, you guys are cowards. Every single one of you guys are some but every other thing you'll stand up for, right? You'll stand up for all these other movements, but when it comes to kids being abused by all these high-powered people, all you Billie Eilishes, all you Bad Bunnies, all you people in the world, y'all won't talk about that though. Why is that? Look at you scared too.
No, I'm just, they're all spinning facts.
And Tim Burchett says satanic reports from the Epstein files will shock the world. Let's see it. Yeah, this is the guy, by the way, that said that anybody that's found to be in those files and doing anything bad, they should just go and, they should just hang him publicly. I like this guy. This guy's great.
Batman.
Y'all still don't believe in vampires? After I clearly showed you in the Bible where Jesus told them to eat his flesh and drink his blood, and his disciples walked away from him, leaving him with 12. You don't believe me? Welcome to Bible study. Now, let's talk about it. Now, if you turn your Bibles to John chapter 6, verse 51, this is where we're going to start. Now, remember, when it's written in red, it's what Jesus said, okay? We'll start at 51. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Keep up now, he said, my flesh. 52. The Jews therefore strove amongst themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? His flesh to eat. And then Jesus said to them, verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you. Once again, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man. Y'all still don't believe in vampires? After I clearly showed you in the Bible where Jesus... So let me get this right. Federal employees are coming up on 1 month, no paychecks. SNAP benefits on the 1st will not arrive for most. A few states like Virginia has done some emergency maneuvering to make sure that their recipients still receive benefits, but the vast majority of other states don't seem to care the same. Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. Well, ain't that a coincidence? The Pope just received a pale horse. Now, who knows the Bible just as well as the man who wrote the Bible? That's right, the one that was sent here to deceive you, Mr. Lucifer himself. Now let's finish this verse. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over.
You know that's how it's gonna come too, man, because it's always some kind of fucking religious aspect of it, right? Always.
Someone else says it's over for Jay-Z. I keep saying he'll be the only guy arrested from the Epstein files, the fall guy. Somebody says it's deeper than that. Jay-Z is Epstein. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Interesting here. Very interesting.
It's only interesting because it's true.
You know how they cover up their one eye?
Oh yeah.
That means two things. That means watch out, you don't get the lizard to stick the thing in the eye.
Then they go, shh.
Yeah.
Now you know the reason they're doing that. It's like, don't get the thing in your eye, and shh, don't tell anybody you know about the things that stick the things in your eye, because you might get a thing in your eye.
Man,
or
who's...
killed.
That's part of the real club. The one-eye club is the real, aka worm people.
The one-eye club, the black-eye club.
Shit. The panda club.
Mm-hmm.
All them assholes.
They've been doing that shit though for a minute.
Yeah. Shit, let's keep moving.
As birthday gifts, Epstein arranged military helicopters for his friends so they could fly through Afghanistan mountains and hunt down farmers. Time to speak. Sorry for all the typos. I'm in a remote valley in Afghanistan. It's my birthday wish. With boys with toys. Spent time with Petraeus. Wait, wasn't that an American Army general? What the fuck? Yesterday, and he loaned me a chopper. What?
Isn't that crazy?
You know what else is crazy that I also thought about?
Other than them playing the pest.
Why they all going to why they all going to freaking Antarctica now?
Oh, because of the gold. Remember the colloidal gold out there? AKA God's blood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been drinking that shit, so.
I heard Epstein was over there too, bro. I heard Epstein was at fucking Antarctica.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. I heard he was over there too, bro.
But they got like tall graves and shit out there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's a lot of shit that they're hiding at fucking Antarctica, especially with the streamer, bro, that was exposing that shit, bro. Like, there ain't no ice. It's all land that they're starting to show now. Like,
You know what's funny? His name is Ice Poseidon, right?
yeah.
Poseidon is like water and it is ice. Like he was destined to say some shit about the ice wall, if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't. It's like it's lining up to. You mean? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird because there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's just coinciding.
Exactly.
It's real black guy, red shoe club, etc. Yeah. All the above.
What's that? Oh, people have been looking into glitter to see what it's made out of, and it appears it may be made out of humans? What? Yeah, there's been some investigating done, and they're finding out that glitter, they say that it's made of microplastics, but when they put it under a microscope, it has the exact same look as that of ashes of a human. Oh, goody. So people were trying to figure out who the main buyers were of glitter. So they went to the two main glitter factories and asked them, and they said, you wouldn't want to know, we're never telling you. So they investigated more, and they found out that their main buyers are morgues and crematories. Fun! More and more people are looking at ashes that they have, and they're looking under a microscope, and they are looking identical to that of what glitter looks like under a microscope. Fun!
Glitter made out of humans.
I mean, technically, if you're looking at it, it looks just like skin cells. You know what I'm saying? Because you ever like study your pattern on your hand and shit, like the diamonds and triangles and shit.
Yeah. Well, I got an M on my palm.
I got a couple of them.
Like I got an M.
I got a T.
I got a freaking Z shape on my palm.
You think you're Zorro now, huh?
It's like Z, and then I see a W, bro. And then my other palm is like a big ass M, bro. Like you can see the M clearly in my palm. And then over here is like a Z and a W.
So, alright, next video.
I just can't let my character be assassinated. And for falsified narratives and information, a report came out, and it was a TMZ report. And Tory Lanez goes to jail. They gave y'all all the facts of the juice of Tory Lanez going to jail and this, that, and the third. 2 days after that, I get a call from Rock Nation that says, yo, we heard you're gonna make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement.
I got some names that I want to call Perez and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men.
Rock Nation tried to with my brother's reputation.
Count one. They got him for the highest charges.
I've been stabbed 17 times.
Fucking crazy.
This nigga is like the new 50 Cent now, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, and he's still alive, which is fucking crazy, bro. Like
He came out, dropped the motherfucking crypto and shit. They arrested this nigga. Crypto sells for bank. Fucking shit, still making money. I wish I would have bought one of the CDs.
You know who else is part of crypto?
Who?
Epstein.
Well, no, he got his part of Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, there's a video, like, I can't even explain it the way the guy explained it, but the way he explained it, he broke it down, bro. It traces back to Epstein.
I think I played that video too.
Yeah, I think you did. I just can't, like, I can't even explain it. Like, I can't even break it down the way he broke it down.
Yeah. Shit, let's keep it moving. Skibidi-doo.
How many of y'all watched that new Superman movie? Y'all seen the dog on there, Crypto? What usefulness was that dog? He had no usefulness. He was worthless. Dog did whatever the hell he wanted, didn't listen. He was absolutely worthless. But in the end, that dog was very important because that dog helped bring down that big corporation. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you picking up what Crypto was putting down? Okay? So I'm going to have to go out and say thank you. A big thank you to who I believe did this and made everything possible, because they all got caught, you all. And they got caught because of the dark web. And on the dark web, all transactions was used in Bitcoin and every other kind of cryptocurrency. And what could they buy on the dark web? Now guess what happens with cryptocurrency? Why don't Americans want cryptocurrency? Because every transaction will be transacted and logged.
That part. But that's what they want to track and log us all day. Algorithms feed us shit that we don't need, but they think we want. It's just like how do you say, you remember the mouse maze thing where they're like, we're gonna give the mouses everything that they need and shit. You know what I'm saying? Half the mouses just started wanting to unalive themselves and shit, so they stopped eating. Other ones stopped mating. They just kept cleaning themselves. Like they didn't give a fuck about procreation. It's like it's starting to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm starting to think Pinky was the good guy and Brain was the bad guy, bro.
I thought you knew that. Why do you think he foiled that nigga's plan every damn time?
Yeah, he's always like, Brain's always like, we're gonna take over the world and dominate, bro. Like, what? And then Pinky's like, nah, I ain't down with that, bro.
I ain't down with that. I'm gonna act stupid, because you know how they say, man, play the fool until that shit's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's keep it moving.
So Dave Chappelle says that Kanye was right the entire time on his new Netflix special.
Fear I have that I need you to protect me from is co-option. What if they make me say the things they want me to say? So just in case, we need a code. If I say it, you know they got me, and don't listen to nothing I say after. The code is I stand with Israel. If he ever says that, he's basically saying that he's owned and he was bought and he's controlled. Isn't that insane that he's saying it on a Netflix special? Like, this isn't some random little crowd. This is publicly on his special. Like, he's not even telling a joke. Stop doing jokes. His last few specials and this one are basically just him talking and telling stories and saying a few funny things in between. Maybe he knows these are the credits. Wow, guys, what do y'all think about this in the comments? What if he is with Israel? This is their way to kind of play it like, oh, haha, what if I say that? That means I'm control. What if he is control? What if they're using reverse minology on us? That would be crazy. What do y'all think about this? Genuinely, let me know your opinion in the comments. I'm gonna read each one. Let me know.
You know what I'm saying? That there was definitely a Freudian slip. But we already knew that he was cloned anyways. He came back looking like Farmer John, or what was that one black dude from fuck shit. Can't remember a movie he was in now.
Talk about
Damn, man. I'm gonna keep it moving, fuck it.
Well, say goodbye to Zelle. That's right, say goodbye to Zelle. If you make transfers from this platform, your account may be investigated and terminated. Why is that? Let's get into it. Oh my word. Well, you know Zelle was sued by JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America. Why? Because there was some illegal transfers that was going through Zelle, like drugs and all types of stuff. I'm gonna show you the list, but if you do anything that's on this list I'm about to show you, believe me, you are going to be investigated. Zelle has tightened up their security. That was the agreement. So Zelle would not get sued, okay? So the judge threw the case out because Zelle made an agreement. They're going to tighten up their security. So please do not make these transactions, these transfers, or whatever you want to call them, because you could be in a world of trouble. Check this out. Oh my word.
I'm mad this nigga made me have to read, nigga. Huh? Huh? This nigga Goofy couldn't even say the shit out loud, man. Some of a bitch. Let's keep moving.
This is everything that happened on the news today, but it's going to be simplified in 60 seconds. Scientists are now officially attempting to de-extinct the mammoth by the year 2028. They're saying that they are 100% certain that they can do this, but they're also trying to bring back the dodo bird and the Tasmanian tiger. What a brilliant idea. Incredible video shows Dubai's artificial rain that's used to combat high temperatures. Basically, Dubai flies a bunch of drones up into the sky so they can seed the clouds and make it rain on command, which is crazy. Incredible image shows what a solar eclipse actually looks like from space. It looks like this from space, it just looks like a black blob. Also, liquid trees are now officially being used in Serbia to fight against air pollution. It's literally this green tank that's filled with water and algae. It acts just like a tree would. For anybody that has an account on Disney Plus, they're officially cracking down on password sharing in June, which means if you're logged into anything outside of your home, your account will be terminated. This is your reminder that there's going to be a massive star explosion set to illuminate the night sky in a once-in-a-lifetime event. They have no idea when exactly this is going to happen, so make sure you add me and I'll let you know. I give you these daily roundups every single day, so make sure you add me and come back to me tomorrow.
Yeah, that Zell shit was kind of crazy, man. shit is crazy. But that's what's happening in the world today. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Y'all gonna learn today. Vladimir Putin said that y'all are gonna learn today. I told y'all that Putin was gonna be putting us on. So Russia just opened its doors to one of the most ancient churches in the land, y'all. And guess what the people found? They were shocked to see that the prophets, and I mean all of the prophets, every single one of them were indigenous. They were copper-colored people. But we in America, we're not surprised. We're not shocked at all because we been trying to tell y'all. And it's not like y'all didn't know. Why do you think there was a reason why the doors stayed locked in the churches in the first place? Why do you think y'all were blowing off the noses off the artifacts, huh? Now, things are coming to the surface. The truth is coming to the surface. Putin's saying there will be no more truth staying buried in Russia. And they didn't stop there, y'all.
We don't.
This is everything that happened on the news today, but it's going to be simplified in 60 seconds. Scientists are now officially attempting...
What's that? Oh, Terrence Howard said he's going to release free energy, the equations to it, so you can pull free energy out of the flux. Tell me more! Yeah, because Terrence Howard is basically a genius and has come up with many different inventions that will give people free energy, that will give certain zero-point energy flight, things of that nature. He is starting to be silenced, and what they're doing is they're doing things such as, oh, you owe child support, so we're going to pull your passport so you can't go to Dubai. But why would he need to go to Dubai? Oh, well, that's where he would get his funding for what he needs to do for the inventions he's come up with. So now that people behind the scenes and certain people that don't want him to have his inventions come to life are starting to silence him by way of taking away opportunities for him and trying to shut his opportunities down so he can't come out with these inventions and have them come out. So what he's doing is releasing the equations then for free energy from the flux. Oh, goody!
I'm forward. Let's get one more of it. All right. What was this one right here?
So, y'all saw what was floating over the ocean in Sydney, Australia this weekend, right? The black, terrifying mass that was just floating over the ocean? No? Well, if you haven't, don't worry. I'm going to show you at the end of this video, those videos, so stay for that. But yeah, in Australia this weekend, a dark, black, ominous, terrifying mass-like cloud was just seen and videoed floating over the ocean. Now, I did a little bit of research because obviously scientists are going to say that it's of natural causes, and it's something called a scud cloud, but I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe it's a portal opening, and I believe it's something from another dimension breaking through. Now, you don't have to believe what I'm saying. You make up your own mind when you see the video, but the video looks very similar to other things that I've seen when I've been going down rabbit holes about portals opening. But I'm not here to tell you to believe one thing or the other. You make up your mind. That's not my call. However, also in Australia, they just confirmed that they're building the world's first black box to record the demise and destruction of the Earth. So, over the weekend, coming out of Australia, we have this black-like cloud just floating over the ocean, you'll see, and now Australia is creating the world's black box that's going to record our destruction. Now, remember, anything we talk about is for education, conversation, learning, and entertainment purposes only, so take what you will, leave what you don't want. That's not for me to decide your life. Now, watch the video and let me know in our conversations today what you think it is, because I know what I think it is.
That video, I think I did it kind of backwards, but it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit was like it's hovering there. It looked like some Harry Potter shit. Like I said, straight up out of Harry Potter shit. Shit, we got some more of this topographic stuff. You know, I like maps. Let's see it.
The government builds dams and floods them.
Yep. A while back, I looked up how many man-made dams there are because I was digging deep trying to see. And look, over 90,000 to 92,000 man-made dams in the U.S., Americas. And just to give y'all a glimpse of where these dams are located, here you go, giving you a visual. Notice all the little dark spots, the red spots, and then on the other side, there's no red spots. Yeah, that's where the Grand Canyon is. So if y'all know me by now, y'all know I be analyzing and I be trying to put together the puzzles. So that last picture I showed you where all those dams are at, it cuts off the water flow that should be in those areas as the known deserts in America. And as y'all can see here, I drew the arrows of the water flow of these rivers, which isn't the natural water flow. Like if all those dams wasn't there, the flow would go upwards. Look at this picture. You see all the green land? I circled it with the green, and then all the dry land, because there's no water source going through there because of the dams. I'd like to compare this to the veins in your body. If you don't have the proper flow of blood going through your veins, like the water that's going through these rivers, it's not going to have any circulation and it'll eventually die out, right? Same concept. Then I started thinking, what would have happened if the Grand Canyon was filled up with water? And I was thinking, what color would it be? It would probably be like a Red Sea or something. And then California would probably be an island sitting by itself. Like and share for part 2. Peace and love.
Yeah. So what y'all think about that one?
She was talking about the Grand Canyon.
She's talking about all that shit.
Yeah, Solomon Temple is actually located at the Grand Canyon.
There's a lot of stuff located there, man. A lot of stuff.
You know what's so crazy too?
Hmm.
If you was to look up Orion's belt, it lines up exactly with the Grand Canyon, the same way it lines up with the pyramids.
Mm-hmm. They're on that parallel. The third parallel.
And there's a Stargate at the Grand Canyon.
Buried, but yeah.
No, I got the map of the Grand Canyon, and it shows like all the Stargates. Like it shows all the Stargate that's located all around. So it's like Egypt, Grand Canyon, to Antarctica, to Greek, to Mexico. Yeah, like certain spots. China.
All that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep moving.
Trump designated Gitmo for trials, Guam for trials, and Terra del Fuege for trials. So now we got Gitmo 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. And the trials have been going on since September 30th. 30 news reporters. 30 news reporters last year got a lottery ticket, and they're down at Gitmo, and they are watching the trials. And when it gets reported on, everyone will know. Everyone will know. Okay, but until then, nobody knows. Well, except for me. I've got the court transcripts from Hillary's trial. The evidence we pulled out from underground in Rockford, Illinois, John Brennan was just tried. And so was Podesta. Huma Abedin is being tried right now.
Yeah. See your motherfuckers get it. You know what they got down there in Gitmo? Cock meat sandwiches. Boy, I tell you what. Shit, let's get it.
On flat Earth, down is down, right? On globe Earth, down is every direction towards the center while you're spinning, while you're orbiting, while you're flying through an infinite space vacuum. So that's a little weird. But there's a thing called electrostatics. This is not a theory. Electrostatics is everything from the air you breathe, the food you eat, your body, yourself, rocks, everything. Everything has an electrostatic charge. The Earth has a negative charge to it, measurable, testable, repeatable, provable, negative charge to it, and the sky is a positive charge. So we can test that. So we can take things, like I got these helium balloons here left over from a party, and there's just a button right here, and it's floating like 2 inches above the ground, and this line, that wire goes to a Van de Graaff generator, and we're going to introduce a higher positive charge to it. So when we add a positive charge to it, all of a sudden, it's more attracted to the Earth. Am I changing the gravity, or am I changing the electrical charge to it? Right? And then when we discharge it, it goes back up. Now, we can do the same thing with a negative charge. You put a negative charge into something, and it repels itself from the Earth. Are we changing gravity, or are we just changing the electrical charge? This is a drone from MIT. It looks like a bunch of milk crates, and there's no moving parts, and it flies just by changing its electrostatic charge. You know, the XRT-3B, that triangular secret aircraft, you can look up, it's disclosed information that it lifts and propels using electrostatics. One last thing about electrostatics. They tell us electrostatics, which is testable, measurable, repeatable, modelable, and we can experiment with it, is 10 to the 39th power stronger than gravity. That's 1 with 39 zeros. Your mind isn't capable of fathoming the difference in that. 1 trillion is unfathomable, and that's only 15 zeros or 12 zeros, okay? And this is 10 to the 36th power. So if gravity was real, and electrostatics already are real, gravity is a theory, electrostatics is not a theory, 10 to the 39th power, what makes things go down? Electrostatics is the answer.
And may I just say this real quick?
Yeah, Globers. That's for you guys.
Subway exhibit comes to us from Japan and Mr. Masuro Emoto. Mr. Emoto became terribly interested in the molecular structure of water and what affects it. Now, water is the most receptive of the 4 elements. Mr. Emoto thought perhaps it would respond to non-physical events. So he set up a series of studies, applied mental stimuli, and photographed it with a dark field microscope. This first picture is a picture of water from the Fujiwara Dam. And this picture is the same water after receiving a blessing from a Zen Buddhist monk. Now, in this next series of pictures, Mr. Emoto printed out words, taped them to bottles of distilled water, and left them out overnight. This first photograph is a picture of the pure distilled water, just the essence of itself. These subsequent photographs, as you can see, are each different. This is the chi of love. And we move along here to thank you. And you can see where he taped that to this bottle here. But if you read Japanese, you already knew that. Now, Mr. Emoto speaks of the thought or intent being the driving force in all of this. The science of how that actually affects the molecules is unknown, except to the water molecules, of course. And it's really fascinating when you keep in mind that 90% of our bodies are water.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? If thoughts can do that to water, imagine what our thoughts can do to us.
Imagine a world where we're not spreading hate. We're talking goodness, talking great. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to experiment with that water thing.
We ain't downing them, we crowning them. It's breathing jubilee.
You know what I'm
Glory
gonna do,
from
bro?
high
I'm gonna take
above.
I'm gonna take
Glory
like 2
to
different bottles, bro, and then I'm gonna talk to it, and then I'm gonna put it in the freezer just to see how it comes out. I want to experiment on that.
Well, yeah. Shit, I like that shit. Wonder if I could switch over or wonder. Okay. Okay. Working, cooking and working. See where we at.
For those of you that don't know, there is a spacecraft that has melted out of the ice in Greenland. The spacecraft that is anchored in the center of Greenland created the last ice age 50,000 years ago. It's a weather machine. It's 55 miles wide, 300 miles long, and 2 miles high. The people that lived in it were called the Mois. And these were the people that lived in the spacecraft that was uncovered that's melting out of the ice in Greenland. The spacecraft is still active after 50,000 years. It has a 200-mile dampening field where no electron.
Damn, dude. I wish I would have been one of the people that discovered that. We get an echo from the king.
What are you talking about? That weather machine that's over there in Antarctica that's freezing shit up?
Greenland, or yeah.
Wait, what? Rothschilds gave Epstein $25 million. The Rothschild Group shall pay the following $25 million. And that's Jeffrey Epstein's company that he's the president of? Crazy! That's a lot of money, isn't it?
To be funded by the people that make the money, man. Oh, you still got the echo.
Wasn't it?
They both got that Hillary Rodham look, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Sick individual, man. That's probably the little baby that she had was wearing her face, remember?
This is not a same person. Eyebrow shape looks different. Noses do get bigger in old age and with menopause, but it looks completely different. Her mouth is wider. Her lips are also more defined, sharp, and flat. Her chin is also widely different in a way that no plastic surgeon would do. What the fuck?
So Jesline is a clone. Jeffrey's at home. Probably with her too. fucked up, man. We need to hurry up and get this damn submarine / blip thing going. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how to crowdsource that shit and figure out if we can get an engineer to make us a fucking submarine blimp. Gotta do something. It's a crazy world we live in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep on living. But they don't want us living. They want us to stop. You guys are done. His cutoff rate. You guys been here too long, and yeah, kind of like us right now. You know what I'm saying? It's that time again. You already know what time it is. People, I like to thank y'all for coming out to the show. King, I like to thank you for coming out, showing off your girls' chochas. Hey, she was on her bending over in front of the camera for like 5 minutes, bro.
No. She because the dog's sleep in the room, so she was just putting her food down.
But yeah, man, I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? This dude's on me like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What the hell's going on, dog? But yeah, man, thanks for coming out, bro. Everybody catch y'all on the next one. When it beat, probably soon. We don't know. We'll see. Let's get it.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. How to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie.
Mars. Only a fool would include his own death as part of a plan. Young lady.
Mars so cold, I think I'm done with ice. Birds, if I leave her, she gon' die. Well, bitch, you done with life. Okay.
The real flex is how many lives you can positively impact. It's not about cars, clothes, or clout. Influence means nothing if you're not helping somebody to grow. The legacy you leave won't be measured by what you had, but by who you helped. Real power